My son got involved in National Action back in 2016. It's an ideology that promotes white supremacy. He was arrested under the Terrorist Act and he's now on trial. I'd got friends that they got teenage kids. They were complaining about things like, oh, staying out too late. I found a Nazi flag in his bedroom. Give me a normal teenage problem, not this.
I've been working in countering violent extremism for 12 years now. Never before have I seen such a surge in radicalisation towards right-wing terrorism. And what lockdown has done is driven more and more people into the online space to communicate. Right-wing extremists are very rapid in how they change their narrative. So at the start of lockdown, there was a lot of scapegoating of China, but then we had the Black Lives Matter protest, and they very, very quickly switched to weaponising those protests. Their ultimate end game is to force a race war on the streets of the UK.
In many ways, the global surge we've seen in right-wing extremism is intrinsically linked to activity on social media. The very systems which are built to make money through directing people to new pieces of content can actually be facilitating radicalisation and actually doing the extremist jobs for them.
February, March time, he was looking at mainstream politics, but right-wing politics, UKIP, that sort of thing. By June 2016, he'd actually had his first meeting and met the lads from National Action. I consider myself a socialist, I'm left-wing, and it goes against all my own personal politics. You know, my son-in-law's black, my granddaughter's mixed race. I try to say to him, your brother is severely disabled. How can you think that Hitler was right when your family would have been targeted first? I called him all sorts of names, stupid, fascist, racist, all the horrible names I called him. But it was fear. It was fear of what on earth is he getting involved in.
I was the boy wonder of the far right for a while. I was the Nazi hipster. Then I worked with Tommy Robinson.
As Islam becomes a more dominant force in the UK, we are going to see more children being gang raped. We're going to see more beheadings on the street.
If what I say is racist to all these people, then fine, call me racist. It's very easy to assume that, you know, an extremist was always an extremist. And that's not actually the case, you know? You start somewhere. I'm not the white nationalist I was when I was in the BNP. I'm a conservative, but I'm not a white nationalist. You know, maybe me talking out can help stop other young lads going down that same path or something.
Would you say that it was the BNP that radicalised you and sent you further to the right?
Yes.
In terms of right-wing extremism?
Yeah, without question. It was kind of like being part of a gang, and they do it, so I do it, and, you know,
But do you look back on that now and understand that that is hateful language? And that is
yes.
But it is hurtful language.
No, I understand, of course. I joined because I thought they were addressing issues, economic and cultural, and then the racism, the race hatred comes later.
I was genuinely surprised when Jack Buckby reached out to me. I did some quick research, immediately understood who he was and where he was from. My gut feeling was not to engage with him. But then I thought, actually, is now the perfect time to have those difficult conversations? If there's anything we can learn from his experiences that we can apply to the young people that we're concerned about now, and surely those are the difficult conversations we need to be having.
You can only do so much to try and guide your kids. In my head, logically, I know that I'm not to blame for what's happened and everything, but I think every mum out there and every dad, you sort of take on that feeling of, well, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong?